What's up, Halo peeps? Connor here. So it finally happened. The Halo god Joseph Staten heard us, and he responded with a release date.
I would like to announce that Halo Infinite's campaign and multiplayer will launch together on December 8th this year.
December 8th, it's real,
There
coming
it is.
this holiday, just as you promised.
I literally just bitched about this yesterday at Gamescom, the first one. I didn't know there was a second half, so that kind of makes my whole argument from yesterday invalid. We need a release date soon. I kind of wish it was sooner, on November 15th, like Halo's 20th anniversary, which I know that's like the common sentiment in the whole community. But honestly, we have a release date. It's confirmed there's no more delays. It's good news. Now, they also released a trailer for multiplayer. They didn't show us anything campaign, which is still kind of concerning. Now, don't get me wrong. Everything they're showing us looks awesome, but I would really just like to see some campaign gameplay. I was watching HiddenXperia's stream of the whole thing today of Gamescom, and he said it best when he said, like, the moral of the story, or like the gist of everything that 343 is doing is, it's awesome, but is that it? And then we're like, okay. What else? And then they're like, coming out December, you know? It's like, fuck, dude, I want more. So this trailer that they released today was for the multiplayer. What that means is, like, in Warzone, they kind of have for every season has like a exposition like video that plays beforehand, kind of like a little trailer that kind of gives a story or some kind of lore to the current set of content on the Battle Pass. It's looking very much like Halo Infinite's going to go with that same kind of structure, and every season that we get, we're going to have some kind of exposition story beforehand, which is really neat. I actually really like that. Now, watching this trailer, I noticed a few things, and I've seen some things that the community are saying, and I've also noticed a few other things that made me have some theories pop up. Now, if you're really wanting some like deep dive theories, and if you're really wanting like the full account of all the lore, I definitely recommend watching HiddenXperia's video, which I'm going to link down below, because as he usually does, he just killed it with the lore stuff. He dissects that shit and figures it all out, or at least comes up with some pretty compelling theories. I think he did a good job. So the trailer opens with this like rundown futuristic city, which appears to be London, because Big Ben. A phantom kind of swoops in and is like scanning the area with spotlights and whatnot. We then see Spartan Agrina when she's younger, before she's actually a Spartan, the one that's from the multiplayer trailer, and she's running away from the brutes that are overrunning the city. But what struck me weird about these brutes is their armor is blue, rather than the traditional Banished red. Also, we haven't seen much of the Banished, so I don't know what their chieftains and stuff look like, but if you look at those headdresses, those helmets that the brutes are wearing, they seem very, very like honor guard, or, you know, like some kind of a brute chieftain almost. Very akin to like Halo 3. So this makes me think that possibly this is the Covenant, and they're on Earth in London. All we've heard from the campaign on Halo Infinite is everything about the Zeta Ring. But if you think about it, it's really not that far-fetched for any of the campaign to take place on Earth. Typically in the Halo games, the multiplayer maps have something to do with the campaign or are settings from the campaign. And if you look at the maps from Halo Infinite, New Mombasa is one of them. And that's in Africa. And now we're seeing a trailer taking place in London. Now, granted, this could be some kind of time hop or something before, like a prequel, because obviously Agrina is very young in this. However, I don't know if her like height and aging was manipulated by the augmentations or not, or if it's natural aging. So pretty much it's kind of hard to nail down when exactly in the timeline this trailer takes place. And that's another thing that HiddenXperia kind of dug into. And he didn't come up with a solid answer either. But again, these brutes are wearing blue, and they do appear to be Covenant. So naturally in my head, I'm starting to run out scenarios of the possible campaign, being that they haven't shown us anything really. And it's kind of got me thinking, like, how cool would it be if the Banished are still at war with the Covenant, and the Covenant have kind of taken Earth. So maybe there's a battle between the Covenant and the Banished are stationed on the Zeta Ring, and the Covenant are currently stationed on Earth. And then when the Master Chief gets found by Brohammer, we kind of come in as a third party. Also, another thing I'm thinking is, they keep harping on multiplayer. I feel like we're going to get another really big like content drop or some kind of announcement or something about campaign. Because if you think about it, the multiplayer is free. Now, yes, it is going to have the battle pass, which will make them money, but the campaign is the one that is being sold for the full price of a game. So obviously they're going to try to promote that as best they can. And so far they've been really quiet about the campaign. Being that the campaign is the only paid content, I feel like they've hardly put out any kind of promotional material other than like those 2 trailers. So I'm kind of thinking that they're going to show us a little more of the campaign to kind of hype up the sales for it now that we actually have an official release date. I feel like that, you know, at the end of every single trailer for every game, it says, you know, pre-order now, available on whenever, and Halo didn't have that date. But now that we do have that date, I can totally see a more fleshed out Halo campaign trailer coming out and then announcing the release date at the end. So being that the campaign is the only paid part of the game and the part that they're going to have to try to sell, I think that the reason we haven't gotten any information on the campaign, or very little of it, because they were waiting for the release date to advertise it to the masses. That way their marketing could be more clear and concise. They also showed off a custom Halo Infinite console and controller, which were pretty cool. I mean, everybody was kind of waiting for Halo news, but the console and the controller were pretty cool. But pretty much, guys, that's all that was shown at Gamescom. Again, it came up and it was very, very short. Like they talked about Halo, they showed the trailer, they showed off the controller and the console, and they dipped. So like I said, I think there's going to be some gameplay on Earth, being that we're now seeing a trailer on Earth, and then, you know, there's a map from Africa on there in the multiplayer, which, like I said, in previous installments, the multiplayer maps were a reflection of the campaign, or at least the locations in the campaign. But that's all I got for this one, guys. I just wanted to kind of go over Gamescom. It was a 5-minute thing for Halo, so I don't really have much to break down. Like I said, I've included HiddenXperia's video down there if you're looking in the bio, if you're looking for like a deep lore look into things. But thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.